And it's a very even start from the entire field.
There's a freight train forming behind him right now. He will be as nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. I can give you the hot tip. Sideways as a bishop on a chessboard. That was incredible car control.
Ambitious dive now, and oh, there's contact! Here they come now around the final turn on the final lap. They're side by side.
Oh, there's contact now. Someone is going to be hitting the showers early tonight, I'll tell you what.
Crosses the line for P1. Brilliant racing. Absolutely sensational stuff.
This is heart pounding. This is nerves rising. This is sensational TV.
Oh, yes, indeedy, folks. Let's get some beat happening as well to just settle the warm cockles of your heart. Yes, indeedy. You know what time it is. Welcome to Sensational TV. It's the undisputed, undefeated, frankly unmissable home of sim racing in this great, sunburnt, law-abiding, sport-obsessed, pie-eating, tax-evading, beer-drinking, thong-wearing nation of ours. My name is Chris Munro, and tonight we have arrived at the end of the road. It is Sandown, folks. A proper old Australian circuit. No nonsense, no pretension, no fancy European chicanes or American grandstanding, by the way. Just good, honest tarmac, fast sweepers, and a track that has been sorting out the serious from the ordinary since about 1962. This is the perfect place to decide a championship, and tonight it's going to do exactly that, folks, because... let's get to the standings. We've got no time to muck around here. It's Jordan Eitler stands on the precipice of something special. He has led this championship with grit, with pace, and with the kind of quiet determination that makes people very nervous. But breathing down his neck, getting closer with every passing round is Kobe Marshall. Fast, hungry, and absolutely refusing to accept that this thing is over. It's not over, not even close. Not even if the Wandon Cricket Club has something to say about it as well. Welcome to all those folks watching on at home. We are happy to be beamed through straight into your eyeballs down there. And we're going to do our best to call all the action here tonight. It is one race, one circuit, two men with everything to play for, and this whole season's worth of unfinished business to settle before the checkered flag falls tonight. But I'm not doing it alone, folks. In the commentary gondola here for this most of momentous occasions. First off, a man still emotionally recovering from his Chinese knockoff Ram incident. It is Ryan Carson. Welcome you to the grid, my son. Also along beside him, all the way from the magnificent, the mysterious, and largely forgotten part of this great sunburnt country is the Northern Territory Cross. Josh Graveling, welcome to the commentary box. It's good to see you in the NT. Josh, let's settle this thing tonight, folks. Welcome them both to the commentary box. We'll start with you, Ryan, mate. How's your night been so far, and what are we in store here for this season finale?
Fantastic racing across all the sensational TV broadcasts, and I just can't get enough of it. The weekend's been shocking, but that's all right. I've got a couple of apple juices here ready to get me through this next hour and a half of good and fun action at Sandown Raceway. One of two reasons you'd want to visit Melbourne, and only two, because why else would you? The other reason would be Phillip Island and go see penguins, but you wouldn't want to go watch Supercars there because it's, quite frankly, a pretty poor showing until someone runs out of fuel on the last lap. That's the only time it gets exciting through the whole race. But I digress. Sandown here, absolutely fantastic. It looks very simple. It's all but, because you got drivers coming up the inside everywhere you're looking, except for through the chicane, which, you might even still have someone try and show a nose. We saw a couple of the real-life drivers down there last year, I believe. Will Brown trying to get an old tussle coming out through this chicane. Sorry, I thought we were at the front of the track, not down Dandenong Road. Rick up, plenty of passing opportunities, plenty of action, nice and simple, short lap times, just bang them all out, get your head behind it, and very nice racing indeed, Josh.
Yeah, no, definitely a massive thank you to the team at Sensational TV for getting me on board for the final here for the Gen3 Supercars. Really looking forward to tonight's action, and what a better time to join in with the final race here at Sandown. You know, I've been to Melbourne once, and I think this was the highlight of my trip there, was Sandown. Nothing else. It's the only reason you'd come to Melbourne, let's be honest, as we see some of the cars make their way around in qualifying. Just keen to see what goes on tonight. We've got 20 minutes in sort of like a sprint race-esque for race number one, and then 70 minutes later on. I cannot wait to see all the action we're about to see.
Yeah, that's right. We'll get the stats up for tonight, folks. How we're going to be travelling. 20 minutes qualifying is what they are, in the thick of right now. We've got about 4 minutes to go, 3.5 to go in that one. Then following that is the 20-minute sprint race, which will set the grid for the main dance tonight. Or the final dance, if you will. 70 minutes of action coming your way. 85% fuel these cars will be restricted to, which means it will be right on that precipice of whether they need to come in for a second pit stop to get to the end. That will be the talk of the town here in the commentary box, as it always is, trying to just make up the sums and how to figure out how are we going to get these cars to the end. I don't know how many pit stops, who bloody knows, but a 15X will send you back through the pit lane for a bit of a scenic route as well. So you want to keep all four wheels on the black stuff. Don't be flirting with the green on the outside, as attractive as it may seem sometimes. These guys have got 70 minutes to get through it, and what a better time to get through it than now, folks. At the top of the timing tree, it is Will Buchanan, a new face to the series as well. How about that, folks? A debutant just turning up, and with 2 minutes to go in the session, has set the fastest lap time of a 108.25. Exactly 0.25 behind him is Luke Fallon as well. So the flog nuts Fallon is what Zach O'Reilly likes to call him. I'm a little bit nicer, and I'll just call him Luke. We'll say for now, Luke Fallon up there in P2. Jordan Eitler, the championship leader, is sitting there in P3 as well, with Kobe Marshall not behind him by 1, but by 2, because it's Terry Slugsy Marsh. I like to see nicknames there in italics in between the two first and last names there. But Terry Marsh, another newcomer to this series, as well as Cristiano Kreiser behind him, or Chrissa, however we want to pronounce it. I'm sure we'll get it right in our multitude of attempts across the night.
Yeah, well, that's been the talk of the town, is just getting everyone's names right, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I know I struggled in the last one just with all the different spell names, especially Asonia. That was a tricky one for me to wrap my head around there. Ended up just going Asonia lasagna, just trying to get that into my brain. Now I am right as we go to the flip side here. Entry. There you go, very good indeed. Looks like he's keeping it very nice and tidy coming through. Is he on a proper fly lap? No, he's not. He looks like he might be setting one up for it. There we go. Oh, no, he's lost the run already. He's gone a bit sideways out of the final corner there. Not quite good enough. As he goes on the dusty side of the road, have a look at this. It's dustier than a Toowoomba resident on a Sunday morning. That's how dusty that is out there. Far out. Tell you what, there's been talk of the town once again this year that they're going to demolish Sandown Raceway to make room for other things. And I tell you what, we hear it at least once a year. And I'm starting to get a bit old with it, to be honest. You see Supercars come here, put on an absolute show. I'm sure all the rest of the guys come throughout the year and put on an absolute sender of a show here as well. And it's just like, why would you? It's like taking Oran Park away to put a housing estate on. Just no point to it. There's a horse track in the middle. I don't know if it's their fault or not. They probably want to keep the horse track because all the Melbourne residents would love it. But I tell you what I'd like to do, Chris, I'd like to just get in there with a bit of clay, pave over the entire horse track, and let the sprint cars run around it. That's what I reckon they should do.
Yes,
there, up the gearing on them, give them the old 410 treatment, and let them get running around. See how they like it. We're going to pave over your speedway. Far out. What do you reckon, Josh?
Yeah, no, I would love to see it. I think a little bit of 410 action on the Saturday and Sunday nights as the Supercars go down there would make it quite profitable as the qualifying ends up done and dusted. The new man on pole, Luke Fallon in second, Jordan in third, and Terry Marsh in fourth. Chrissa in fifth. The Anakin Star Wars is here. The 444 machine. Richards in sixth. Kobe Marshall in seventh. Matt Munro in eighth. Ross Armour in ninth. Jacob Smith in 10th. And Staley and Townsend round out your top 12.
Yeah, that's right. You hear Rusty dabbing a little giggle to himself in the background. Matt McKeer, the masked warrior there, down in 13th. Then we got Connor Rogers, Simpson, Marshall, Jono Marshall, mind you, not the other one up the front. Then we got Gretchen, Sonia, Renault, Long Johnson, Ben Lloyd, Cole Karki down there as well. We're going to run out of time. I know I always get caught by this. And then we got Whitaker, Molikoff, Sykes, Carpenter, Stephen Buick, and Brock Clark at the very end. Let's get back to the front because I'm always paranoid of missing the start of these races. As, you know, iRacing tends to just vary the time it takes for them to grid and for the lights to come up and for the race to actually get underway. So I always tend to catch myself a little bit lacking in that department. But we've got about, I reckon, I'm going to say about 30 seconds to go, so we'll go through you boys and a quick prediction in the commentary box.
Well, I want to say Kobe Marshall. He's been an absolute weapon in the last couple of races, but he's been very good on fuel saving, which it doesn't seem like there's going to be a lot of fuel saving in hand for these guys. What do you reckon, Josh, quickly before the lights go out?
Yeah, Fallon, I've got flog nuts Fallon.
Hey, get on the flog. We are now racing for the second last time here in this season at Aussie Sim Racing, and it is Buchanan with a beautiful start, but they're wrecking in the back there already. The cars are off all over the road there. That is going to be an absolute car park for those trying to get through. You can see there, I think that's Whitaker just getting through on them as well. Karki definitely involved. Chris Townend, unfortunate for him, but to the front we go. We can't get stuck in the past, folks. Look forward with both eyes. It's Buchanan that takes the lead. Flognuts Fallon in behind him. Then the teammate of the man up the front, Terry Slugsy Marsh, sitting there in P3. A little bit of gap behind him to the championship leader of Jordan Eitler, and he's got a nice little gap behind him to the force is strong with him. Anakin Skywalker behind him. Matt Munro, my little brother, going pretty good there. He's got Kobe Marshall behind him here. He's got everything to play for tonight. Sorry, everyone at the London Cricket Club, but geez, those Brisbane Lion colours looked real good on that Camaro. Behind him, it's Ross Armour as well. Another entry for Revolution Racing. And behind them, Sen and Staley. And then it's just daylight to the rest of them. But it is absolutely battle on here, as you can see. Anakin Skywalker just peeling out of the slipstream. No, it's Matt Munro just peeling out and getting around Richards as well, getting that job done really nicely. Into turn one they go for the second time. It is now Will Buchanan still out in front with Fallon and Suggsy and Heitler behind them, and they're starting to just form a few little battle packs here as well. Matt Munro, a little cork in the bottle as it seems, but he's gone straight over to the left-hand side of the track. Whether that is to try and quell that slipstream, or was it just a kind of foreshadowing to get over to the left-hand side in defence? But here they go now through turn 8. It is it's turn 6 at Sandown here as they come down the tree into Dandenong Road. Rusty, a great start to this race, but it's still hectic as.
Oh, 100%, it's full on. There's no fuel stops in this first race, only 20 minutes, so it's balls to the wall action. Keep the tyres out of it. Kobe Marshall going for a dive on Richards. He's going, no, don't go there, son. That's not what you want to do. He's calling him a pack of you-know-what as Richards keeps the spot from Kobe Marshall, but don't ride him off yet. He looks like he wants to try and make a move down to turn 1 here, far out, using all of the road, because why not? You don't want him anywhere near your side draft, mate. Get in nice and close as you come into the braking zones. Pull it up very nice. Out brakes him. Gets past him by the time he even gets to the apex. Very nicely done indeed there by Kobe Marshall. Putting on the moves early, but Richards isn't done with him yet. Anakin trying to pull the nose out. Say, hello, mate. Look in your mirrors. Don't look for where you want to brake, because I want you to go past it. But Kobe Marshall just throwing in a page of professionalism out there as Anakin still trying to show the mirrors on the exit. Far out. That's not kind of quite do you as much good as what it would in the braking zone. But look, I like the enthusiasm. Keep it going, my boys. This is great stuff to the opening couple of laps to this one, Josh, isn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely is action-packed here in race number 1. As we look at the front, Mr. Fallon still in second position, but he's got Marsh right on the rear end of him as they come into the final couple of corners, the 11 and 12, then into 13. But we're going to go to the instant replay here. Mr. Force is with him, making it through the little S section, right on the back. And oh no, he spun around behind the Munro machine. All to play for here. He's going to be sent to the back of the pack.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Anakin. The force was not strong with him this time. Needs a few more midichlorians and get that, that lightsaber practice in, and maybe he can slash his way through the field on the way to the front. But it is Fallon here, and he's under a fair bit of pressure. We don't see this very often. Fallon choosing usually to start at the back and you have a bit of fun with some overtaking through the field. But now this time he's on the receiving end and a little bit of his own medicine perhaps with Marsh now side by side, just trading paint down there through the downhill section. They've all come off the field there, and Marsh will have to serve the slowdown. Jordan Eitler up the inside, trading paint as well. Eitler really has to avoid him there. He's got everything to play for tonight. He doesn't want to get caught up playing silly games with newcomers here to the series. And here is Kobe Marshall now, the two protagonists in this series, side by side through the last couple of turns here at Sandown. It's Jordan Eitler that has the advantage for now, but I tell you what about the action here as well. Great avoidance there from Jordan Eitler. He saw that car just spinning around in front of him and just got on the anchors true and got around him without too much damage, hopefully, to the front end of that Mustang. I don't think it looks too bad visually, and I can imagine it's not going to hurt him too much in the grand scheme of things in the pace department either. So a bit of action here to start off the proceedings. 20 minutes in this race, 14 and about 30 seconds to go, and it's good to see the two championship protagonists at it and sticking around with each other on the circuit.
Yeah, 100%. And they're going hammer and tong because they know it matters. Kobe needs to try and get past him as quick as he can and just get up the road from him because he needs as many points as he can muster. He's got about a bit less than 40-point margin in the championship between them. So he needs to get as much as he can, but he's still stuck in behind him at the moment. So, and it's going to be tricky to pass. It's one thing getting onto the bumper of him, but as we all know, it's another thing to get past him. Looking like he's getting a bit squirrely down through the braking zone into the final corner there as well. But he holds on to his spot, so he didn't lose one. That's what you need to take care of. But he's just eked a little bit of a gap onto Eitler in front of him as we see Munro making a dive on a Fallon. No room at all on the inside. Oh, they've collected, but they stay on the track for now. No, Munro has locked them up. Fallon's gone wide. He's got a bit of damage on the front end. They brings them all together. Munro and Eitler going side by side through the chicane. Far out. Awesome stuff here on a Sunday night as Kobe Marshall wants to take a bit of advantage out of this too. He's licking the crumbs up that have fallen off the table like they got old Labrador that he is, getting past Munro, coming down into the final, not the final straight, the back straight here, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Munro's still side by side with Stanley just next to him there. That's a very nice looking car there. I don't know if I've seen that one. I say Staley. Yeah. I got that one wrong. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Just pulls in behind him, Munro does. He goes defensive Staley just to make sure, no, mate, you're not going up the inside of me that easy. But he's got a hell of a run in him come down towards the final corner. He's not letting the defence up. Munro tries to get put his car in the mirrors, and he covers off late, Staley. So they just keep them all going nice and easy through. Oh, big slide. I was about to say nice and easy, but not quite for Munro, as he's let the tail wag through the final section of corners there.
Oh, this is more action-packed than a Friday night in the Todd Mall here in Alice Springs. I'm going to tell you that one right now. Great racing here. Matt Monroe is having a good look. But here we go. Back to Simpson, looking to get the pass done. Oh, on the Boost Mobile machine. It's going to be close as they make their way into turn one, but gets the job done. He licked the stamp and sent it there as they make their way through into the next section, 2, 3, and 4 onto the back straight. But there is battles galore as we have a look at the Mitre 10 entrant machine, the Clark, right behind the Snowy River machine. These things are wound up and turn to 11 tonight for the final couple of races here, and more action. We keep finding it here. Gretsch is right behind into the last couple of sections, that 6, 8, and 6, 7, and 8. I better find my numbers right there. But yeah, great racing here early on, and we're only 8 minutes in.
It's we could be here all night, folks. 8 minutes in, 1,000 minutes in, it doesn't make too much of a difference to me, as long as the battling keeps continuing. Here goes Old Long Johnson being swept around the outside there from Nathan Carpenter. He's absolutely got the you got the chainsaw out and just applying the pressure there. That makes no sense, folks. But looks like Anakin's come off again. I mean, he's turned to the dark side a little bit too early. We've seen this happen a few laps ago in the exact same spot. Here he goes for a little look up the inside here, possibly contact with the car on the outside. There he is, stays there and waits for the other car to get back on the circuit. I think that's I'm not too sure who that is. One of the other newcomers, I believe. I've not seen that car before in this series, so not going well for Anakin tonight. He's got Obi-Wan just looking over his shoulder, standing in the shadow tonight. It's not doing him all the best. Zach O'Reilly in the comments as well, saying testosterone between Munro and Flognuts is off the scale. Yeah, that was one of the best little tussles we've seen in quite some time. Those two guys going at it. There was not much room on the inside for Munro to squeeze in, if you guys can remember how that went down. Right on that dusty part of the circuit that we saw right at the start of this broadcast as well, in the qualifying part. The guys going up the inside there at the main straight was just kicking up, more dust than what you're probably used to there out in the Northern Territory, Josh. It's just nothing but dust and, I don't know, Alice Springs out there, isn't it?
Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah, that's right. We'll get back to, let's find a battle down here. This is it here. Brock Clark, he's got Jono Marshall in his sights there as well in the Mitre 10 machine, Rusty. And this is the closest battle on circuit at the moment, but for how much longer, who knows?
Oh, I don't think we'll have to wait too long with how these guys turn it up. We're only halfway through. I haven't stopped yelling all race. So this is great stuff that we like to see. Looks like Clark's just trying to get in there and get a bit of a slipstream off him. He's not close enough to make a dive quite just yet, but we'll see how late he can go on the brakes there. Hang on a second. We've got a bit of another battle going on between Kieran Whitaker and Mr. Lloyd going up in the old Milwaukee livery going through. Oh, he's turned him. That's not quite ideal for the old lap time department. He'll be straight to the steward's box after that one. Down end going through there too, making up a bit of a spot. Let's have a look at this again, going side by side. Very nice indeed. Oh, look at the slow-mo.
Isn't
Just
that
get
nice?
it all out there. Oh, it's so cool. It'd be nice if they actually went through side by side slow-mo. That'd just turn it up to 11, but not quite. We'll see him just start to close down. Like he's not there, mate.
Yeah.
So, okay, look. I'll leave that one to the stewards. That's a bit outside of my pay grade for that particular one there. But you guys can make your own interpretation of that one. As we cut back to Staley, looking like he's trying to make something out of Kobe Marshall as well. Munro not far behind him either. So don't take your eyes off these ones, folks. Don't write them off, because there is still another 8 minutes left to go in this race. And they're not going to turn it off until the checkered flag falls, Josh.
Yeah, Staley, right on the back of that Brisbane Lions colour machine. All the people at the Wandon Cricket Club, I apologise. You'll be having a bit of red cordial hitting your system about now. But it is a great battle as Staley just gets a little bit sideways on the final corner there. and he's having a bit of a flash to Mr. Marshall in front, but Munro's still right there on the back of him as we go into turn number 1. A little bit of onboard action. You'll love to see it coming through the first couple of corners with Matt Munro on the brakes. Nice. And on to the back straight just now. And it's all nice and clean here. It's a great little battle pack between these three of Marshall, Staley and Munro. Great looking machine is the Munro machine. That lovely old school Castrol livery. You'll love to see it, especially here at Sandown. He's taken the retro vibes into this race, and they make their way through 6, 7 and 8, and it's all nice and clean, and they're just sticking around that nice... Oh, Munro has a big tank slapper, but somehow holds onto it. That is some great driving right there. He's going to have to try and get back up to the back of these ones, but if the boys in front are going to continue to battle, he'll be right there very shortly.
Yeah, that's right. Doing Larry Perkins proud as well in that Castrol livery. I think it's 1993 where he won the Bathurst 1000, and that looks like a Sonia there pulling over in the flipside machine as the rest of the field comes streaming through. Maybe just a blue flag moment there as well, doing the right thing and getting right out of the way, because it's Munro and Armour here locked in a tight little battle as Matt Munro, we saw just a lap ago, giving the flashing lights treatment to the car in front, which was Sandown Staley. And in turn, Staley doing the same thing to Marshall. So I don't know if these this little battle pack of cars and drivers are too happy to each other. So we might have missed a couple of the things in the lead-up that sort of sparked these drivers' interest as they come down through into Dandenong Road, the very heavy and difficult braking zone here. 13 minutes gone, almost 14, so that'll be about 6 to go here. A couple more laps through. Let's go back here because it's John O'Marshall that just got done here by Brock Clark into the fast left-hander. That is turn 6 as they come down through the death zone, we're going to call it. They did pretty well to get through there the first time around. Look at this. It's Slugsy on the comeback trail after we saw him facing the wrong way not too long ago. And then Chris Townend, who was absolutely murdered in the first part of this race. They didn't even get to turn 1 before poor old Chris Townend was out there licking his wounds and looking for the tow truck to try and get that thing repaired. As you can see on the front of it, is still more hits than Elvis on the front of that bloody car at the moment. Absolutely diabolical stuff. Up the front here, it's Gretsch getting around the outside. Jared Connor making a mistake as well. Where is that on the circuit? That is just at the exit of turn 4. And look at that. Whose is that car? Ash Rogers, is it? No, in front of him, Chrysler. That is one bashed up bloody Camaro I've ever seen one. It's missing nearly every component on the front end of that car. Absolutely wild that that's still out there without a meatball flag.
Yeah, 100%. It looks like it's trying to make that run around like a low-riding trophy truck there, ladies and gentlemen. There's damage aplenty as we look down the field. You see even Mr. Rogers behind him, the erection, looking like he's had a bit of a tussle with someone. That's not going to be turning very nice at all. No. Because he doesn't just have it on one side there. He's got it on both. So hopefully it's still steering all right. But he's got to go defensive into absolutely every spot so more people don't go past him. It's just damage front and centre on nearly every single car as you come up and down the field here. We saw some Chris Townend. He's got a pretty not very nice looking front end on his either, so that'll be turning like an absolute dog. But we'll come back to these guys. We got Johnny Simpson looking like he's trying to make a move out of it as we cut back away to Munro, looking like he's trying to get a bit of action going on here too. Getting the side draft action going down towards turn 6. There we go. Side by side.
No, this is going to end
Look out. Contact in a straight line. That's not what these boys like doing. It's starting to get a bit aggressive as we come towards the final 4 minutes of this race, ladies and gentlemen. Just pulls out of it there, Mr. Munro does. Very smartly indeed, as I might add, because you don't quite want to be going through there too wide. It is an absolute recipe for disaster on your Sunday night V8 Supercars broadcast, ladies and gentlemen.
A great little battle pack here. Ross Armour right on the back of Munro's. The Munro machine's rear tyres are a little bit shot, I would believe. He's having another bit of a flash, though. It's all happening here at Sandown. You'll love to see it in this short 20-minute race. They are pushing very, very hard as we continue to watch this battle. Munro really trying to get up on the back of Staley into these next couple of corners so we can have the run on the back straight and into turn number 6. But we will have to... Oh, he's nearly dropped it again. So now he's got to watch out for Armour making the run on the way back up as we get this great shot from the rear of the Munro machine as they are about to make their way into turn number 6. Heavy on the brakes. Make sure you don't go into the wall like one of those cars did a very long time ago. And it went in spectacularly, but they keep it clean in through here. What great... Oh, Munro again. The rear end of that thing is twitchy as.
It reminds me of some twerking in a nightclub. Dead set, the arse singing on that thing is absolutely flying around. Mesmerising, to say the least, but not so good in the tyres department in the back end too. He's still flashing. I don't know if he's just saluting to the commentary box here as well as he goes past the card table for the 15th time, but I don't know. Maybe there was something that happened between him and Staley off camera that we did not catch that he is still brewing over. Mind you, folks, this is my brother out there that we're watching here, Matt Munro, and he says to me via text message, and in real life, mind you, I don't get the red mist anymore. I drive very nice and conservative, patient, and I don't get angry behind the wheel. Well, I tell you what. The excessive flashing of the headlights says something different completely, but we're going to have to leave that and get up to the front here because Jordan Eitler now has his hands full. Luke Flognut Fallon is right behind him there in the 69 car too. He's changed his car number as well. A dinner for two perhaps for Fallon in his dreams, that's for sure. I've seen this bloke. He's got a live stream happening right now, folks. If you want to go and see the face of Luke Fallon, go and search that on the internet. I wouldn't know where to find it, but you might be lucky to get it. Here he goes now. A bit of damage looking on the front of that car as well as we go through. Could be the last lap now. 1:10 to go. Where is Will Buchanan? He's 11 seconds out in front. Up the back straight now, so this could possibly be it. I'll keep one eye on that before we get to the end. But Flognuts all over the back of Jordan Eitler here as well, and I'll tell you what, Jordan Eitler needed to finish in front of Kobe Marshall this race, and I think he's done enough to do that so far.
Yeah, 100%. Just looking through championship as well, I look at Chris Townend, who was only a point and a half behind Kobe Marshall coming into this round, is not quite in an ideal situation. So it looks like he might have a tough fight on his hands coming into the final race for the championship fight. But have a look at these two. They're still going hammer and tong everywhere. Luke, the best and greatest, is not giving up one bit. He's just sticking to the back of that thing like he's got an absolute magnet on it, ladies and gentlemen. This is fantastic to watch. Great stuff. Very nice and controlled. Hitting the curb on the inside there, which I don't often actually see being done, which is, look, kudos to him as we see the white flag come out to start the final lap. Very good stuff. He's showing the nose. Hello, mate. I'm still here. Flash the headlights. That's it. Looking like a Gold Coast balcony during October. This is what we love to see. Lock up behind Fallon as we're coming down through there. It wasn't quite Marshall on the screen. It looks like a lap marker that I can't see at the moment. But that's okay. He's still around there having a bit of fun. Get out of the way of Marshall. Very good stuff. You don't want to be involved in that championship fight either. But just not an ideal spot for him right there, is it? Just park the bus, mate. Otherwise, you'll get absolutely taken out. Have a look-see at this. The one time that Munro's actually got his foot down without bursting into wheel spin, he's going too wide through the kick on the back straight here. Have a look-see at this. Neither of these guys are happy with each other. More beef than a cheeseburger without a bun. I tell you what, this is great stuff going down towards turn 6. Last of the late break is going through, but Munro's not giving up. He's still got himself side by side. They're going over the curb. Does he cop a slowdown for that? No, he doesn't. Going too wide contact down along road there as well. You don't want to go away from him. But Mr. Will Buchanan just crossed the finish line in first place. But get us back 12 seconds, boys, because there's still a light up here between Eitler and Fallon. The best and greatest still having a swing at him, mate. Have a look-see at this. I don't know if he's pissed off or just absolutely chuffed with the third place there. Oh, my God. Kobe Marshall just comes to the end of the finish line there too. Just pulls up straight away. Let's go through the order, shall we, Josh?
Yeah, no, definitely. What a great race. There was a lot of red mist in that one after the lap 1. Not even turn 1 incident we saw earlier. Buchanan in first, Eitler in second, Fallon in third, Marshall in fourth, Staley in fifth. Oh, big spin there. Munro in sixth, Armour in seventh, Smith in eighth, Ninth was Gretsch, and rounding out your top 10 was Connor.
Yeah, great racing from the entire field there as well. I think there would have been a few more little battles up the inside, but that sort of disaster off the front row, off the start of this race was absolutely diabolical. I'm going to see if I can quickly scroll back to the start of this race and get a little replay before we go to the warm-up, but I was too slow, folks. So we won't get that. That goes off into the ether of things that will only show up in your memory. So grab that with both hands if you still got a memory out there, folks. It's getting late on a Sunday night, but we do have a warm-up session here before we kick off for the final race of the season here at Aussie Sim Racing Gen 3 Supercars Championship. 70 minutes of racing to go here in the championship. And it's anyone's race, and it's going to be an absolute action-packed load of kit. Do not go anywhere. Go and recharge your beverages, which is what I'm going to do. So good luck to everyone out there. Wandon Cricket Club, just put all the taps down and just fill up all your jugs. Get amongst it up there. Shout out to everyone watching there. We're going to be back in just a moment with a few words from our sponsors.
The motto is that safe drivers are lifesavers. If your organisation shares this belief and are planning to improve driver education in your community, SDT Simulator Driver Training has the solution. Many of our simulator users are also gaining a revenue stream by taking their simulators to events and schools for driver education programs. The system can also be set up to run motorsport simulation. Many leading racing drivers are now using simulators to improve their skills. Such software can also be used to show drivers they are not as skilled as they think they are. SDT Simulator Driver Training is a division of Safe Drive Training, one of Asia Pacific's leading driver training providers. We offer affordable driving simulators that are assembled in our Brisbane head office. SDT simulators are now in use across Australia and are expanding into international markets due to their affordable price, unique features, and customization for driver training. Depending on the simulator model being purchased, you will receive a range of training resources to help you to facilitate quality driver education. SDT is the exclusive distributor of Fatal Vision alcohol impairment goggles, marijuana simulation goggles, and drowsy and distracted blinking goggles. All are used to demonstrate the dangers of such impairments on the driver. Also available are driver training posters, driving handbooks, and distracted driving resources. Our simulators make the perfect training tool for drivers to experience how various impairments affect their performance. Contact Simulator Driver Training for more information.
Motorsport isn't just a hobby, it's a lifestyle. And when performance matters, you need gear you can trust. That's where ARD Importing comes in. ARD Importing brings world-class racing brands straight to New Zealand, supplying real racers, real teams and real enthusiasts with proven performance products around the globe. We're talking JRP racing components, Zamp helmets and safety gear you can rely on the track, Red Cat Racing for high-performance RC action and intimate brake pads for serious stopping power when it counts most. Keep your engine protected with renewable lubricants, premium oils designed for extreme performance and durability. Turn up the volume with wicked audio, delivering powerful sound whenever the road or track takes you. And gear up with Spartan products built for durability, comfort and race day durability. Whether you're racing dirt, asphalt or chasing lap times from home, ARD Importing has you covered. Sim racers as well, listen up, ladies and gentlemen, because ARD New Zealand is your importing source for all of Camus Racing sim gear. Precision wheels, professional grade pedals, immersive feedback that puts you right in the driver's seat. Train harder, race smarter, and feel every corner. From real-world racing to the virtual grid, ardimporting.co.nz. connects you with elite brands trusted by racers worldwide.
Expertise in getting the best gear. Sensational TV has proudly partnered up with Speed Nation. It is New Zealand's go-to destination for high-performance sim gear. They also stock the best and biggest brands in the game, from Thrustmaster, Moser Racing, Next Level Racing, Sparko, Turtle Beach and more. And whether you're looking for the ultra-responsive racing wheels or pro-grade flight controls, immersive audio or rock-solid cockpits, I'll tell you what, Speed Nation has got it all. They also carry...
Welcome back, folks. It is the final race of the season, and it's all come down to this. Will Buchanan, the debutant, off the front row. Jordan Eitler, the championship leader, will line up next to him. Luke Fallon has been quick all year, and he will line up off the second row next to Kobe Marshall, who's nipping at the heels of Jordan Eitler, not only literally, but also in the championship standings. Then we got Staley and Munro, who, wowee, some fireworks going off between those two guys in the first race. Hopefully they could continue that for the next hour and 10. Then we got Armour and Smith off the fourth row, Gretsch and Connor off the fifth, Simpson and Rogers off the sixth row. Behind them, it will be Carpenter and Clark off the seventh, Long and Bakir off the eighth, Marsh and Renault off the ninth, then Townend and John O'Marshall back there in 20th position, Lloyd and Whitaker off the 11th row, Anakin Richards, who was absolutely swamped last race, off the 23rd position. The Molotov cocktail in 24th. Then we got Cole, Sykes, Kaki and Cristiano. And it's happened again, folks. We've done it again. There's cars off everywhere in the back there. We have started, but let's have a look and see how they fare. Down into turn one, there's three abreast there. That is Fallon up the inside. Marshall Motorsports with Munro on the outside. They all get through unscathed somehow, but now they all come filing through. 2 wide, 3 wide. Has anyone gone around? This is a great start from the boys. A bit more aggressive, but still no one's crying over spilt milk just yet, because as we saw in race 1, there was an absolute car park. That is, as I say it, there it is there. That is an absolute, oh no, the Snowy River car getting stuck into the Milwaukee entry as well. And from about 24th down, all these guys have got a fair bit of damage, but we can't sit there watching these guys go through. Wowee, what a start. They got at least to turn 4 before it all kicked off. Behind them, look at this. It is Ronald Long and Townend side by side going down the hill. A bit of paint swapping as well, if you know what I mean. Valvoline up the inside. Here he goes to hitting Townend on the way through. Gets the job done. Long Johnson, he's looped it there on the exit. Copped a little helping hand on the way through. And he will have to go back and think about his entire life here at the moment, as Marshy now up the outside here with Townend. Just doesn't know where to look. He's had cars spinning around in front of him. Then he's got got Marsh just trailer park him around the outside into turn 1. Wowee, it is just everywhere you look. The spot fire's happening everywhere. This is hard to get. Here he goes again. Gets into the outside. Marsh gets collected on the way through. Not the best way to start your career here in Aussie Sim Racing. He's just an absolute punching bag here at the moment. But let's go up the front, because it's Luke Fallon, who's made his way down to 10th somehow. He must have come a gutser there. And now pressuring Adrian Gretsch as they come into turn 6. Beautifully done, Fallon, on the comeback trail.
Yeah, I think Lukey Fallon got absolutely thunderboxed by Kobe Marshall going into turn 3. So 2 cars don't go in there side by side, and they absolutely proved it. More people going off in the background, far out, Dandenong Road, proving to be an absolute mischief corner towards this part of the lap. I'll tell you what, folks, these guys must have had race control drop out of the drivers' briefing partway through. When they said it was supposed to be a 70-minute race, I think they all only heard it was a 7-minute race. They're all going absolutely hammer and tong here. As Lukey Fallon's going for more dives up Ash Rogers. Very good stuff. Very nicely done indeed. Outbreaks him, gets past. Nice and easy done there for Lukey Fallon coming down through the chicane here. Very tricky one to get right, this one. You can't go in with too much brake. You've got to be all the way off the brake pedal so you don't absolutely smash it on the bump stops. There we go. We see the absolute thunderbox by Kobe Marshall going through there. I'm going to leave that one to the stewards because that is outside of my department. I am far from figuring out who's at fault for that one. But one way or another, we do have Fallon down the backside of the field. I say the backside of the field. He's only in 8th, ladies and gentlemen, so it's not too bad of an effort for him to keep it going once again. But I tell you what, his rears would not be happy with the temperature in him after that one, Josh.
Yeah, no, definitely not. He's going to have to nurse them to his pit stop that he'll inevitably have to make. But here we go, having a look at this battle pack now. It's the Armour machine behind Staley, and Munro's up at the front once again. But Jake Smith in the Fanta car. A little bit of lemon in your life. Right on the back of that lovely machine of Armour. And those guys are doing well. Have just showed up out of nowhere as we go back. Will he have the force with him this time round as we go into turn 1? Mr. Anakin on Bakir, trying to make a move, goes up the inside. Bakir goes wide. Oh, they're still very, very close indeed. And he gets the job done as Slugsy, the punching bag, as he's been known in the last little bit, has joined on the back here and is going to make his way down and try and get some sort of a move done on Bakir down the straight as Richards pulls out and tries to cut off the suck as they go into the next little bit of a fun section. Great racing here all over the back of Bakir. Oh, this is going to be very spicy, and we're here for a long time still.
Oh, you're not wrong. Josh Graveling with all the innuendos there as well. We had the fun section, we had the suck, we had the bloody you name it up there happening. Let's get up the front here because Matt Munro's gone defensive here. Shannon Staley's got around him too, folks. This is a positive thing for Matt Munro to be on the other side of him, and I don't know how long it is going to happen for because Staley has also here's Munro's looped it on his own. He's gone back into the field. There goes Ross Armour around as well, so he's copped the arse end of that. He is facing the absolute wrong direction. He's going to have to wait for everyone to come back through before he can get back onto the loud pedal. Matt Munro feeling a little bit embarrassed there as we caught him in 2K live, folks, just gassing it up a bit too much. And I think you said that too last race, Rusty, as well. Just commented on the way that he gets on the power, is very aggressive in the right foot department, and just smokes those rears up a little bit too much. And there it came to a head, and it not only hurt his race, but more so to Ross Armour.
Yeah, 100%. These cars are actually really tricky to get right. Because the gear ratio, to have them maxing out on the straight in 6th, it makes the acceleration zones out of all the corners high up in the power range. So you can't really get on the throttle very well because you just got too much power. You can't really put your foot through the floor. But there have been some arguments for... Sorry, I'll get back to that in a second because this is really heating up here between Staley and Fallon. Great stuff here. Have a look here. They were going and trading cars in mirrors just on the back straight there, looking like they're still just keeping it nice and easy, but they wanted to make a move on out of this. I'll go back to what I was saying just before they line it up a little bit more. Some people actually prefer to make it a higher gear ratio, and means you won't actually get into the 6. You'll stay at the top of 5th on the straight, but it makes the power band on the exit of all the corners actually really nicely done, so you can actually get your foot to the floor and get out of the corner really nice. But it's still a bit of each their own because, I mean, people like getting in 6th gear. You don't use a 6-speed gearbox if you're not going to use the 6th speed there, Josh.
Yeah, no, definitely. You want to use all 6 of them. Like everything in life, there's always 6 of something good.
As the side of the dice, yeah.
Yes. As the Eventer boys don't think, well, hopefully they won't have a bit of a tussle here. They seem to be on the same team here, and they're playing nice as Flog Nuts, Fallon, and old Staley here. They're having a good old time. Staley's just dropped off a little bit from Fallon, around about 6/100 or 6/10 if I get my maths right. You can't after I didn't finish school. But Mr. Richards is making his way back. The force looks like it is with him tonight, but he's got Slugsy all over the rear end as the Mitre 10 machine. Oh, very, very close to disaster there. Mr. Brock Clark had a big moment on the curb, and he's lost 2 positions for it. Wow, this is This is very, very spicy indeed here tonight. And we're not even 10 minutes into this race. Still over an hour to go. But the force is definitely with Anakin at the moment. But he's got Slugsy all over the rear end of him as they make their way into the last couple of corners here. And back onto the pit straight as they go through here now. Slugsy right there with him. Can he get the drive out of this last the last corner? And it doesn't look like he can.
No, that's right. Just can't go with him here for the time being. But let's go up the front here because, oh, look, it's Gretchen and Munro now getting stuck into each other. I tell you what, that Munro car has had more battles than the bloody British over the years. It's absolutely just absolutely flying through this field, copping it from both ends as well. Bloody, Angela White style. Here he goes up the main straight this time. And he's got a little bit of clear air either side, so time to think about himself and maybe just get that red mist that he doesn't get anymore, according to his text messages to me, out of his system, and just put his head down and do what he can do and turn out some really good laps. Up the front, it's Sandown, Staley and Luke Fallon swapping positions again. We saw them on the way into turn one, and look again, Staley with the flash. Not too happy with his teammate there as well, so possibly some iciness in the old debriefing department after the race here tonight. But Fallon is chuffing off on his little merry way up the main straight this time, smoking his pipe out in front of Sen and Staley. That gaps out to about 0.5 of a second, half a second in the old department. But Matt Munro still, he's back behind Adrian Gretsch now as well. Right up there too, feeding him. He's going to surely not have a dip up into here. This is going to be a very tight little situation. Gretsch just clearing the nose there of the Camaro and making sure there is no more contact to add to the other bloody contacts that's been happening here again. And Matty Munro wagging the tail as well, like he has been doing not only last race but all of this one as well.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely not an easy spot to go for a pass down through that complex of corners, especially in a low-grip, high-powered car. As we come back to Slugsy Marsh, trying to make a move back on... going back to the Tommy Anakin Riches. How do I forget that? The Camaro with the Mustang livery on it. Yeah. That's burned in my brain. But he's doing a marvellous job. Better job than he was last race, the 444 getting too late on the throttle, as a lot of the instances that we saw. But he's doing a absolutely fantastic job. Marsh has a bit of damage on his front bar, but he's still flashing the headlights at him. G'day, mate. It's time for me to get past you. Anakin goes, nah, you can stay back there. I am up 11 spots for a reason, my good friend, and you will be another one of those that I am getting past. Coming back to Munro, making a proper good dive on Gretsch. Is he going to be able to pull it up? No, he doesn't quite. Goes on the back side of the curb there. He's still trying to make it side by side through this complex of corners. No, he gets it done. Far out, ladies and gentlemen. He has done an absolute good job to not spin him around through turn 3 and 4 down through the final. I say far out. The complex of corner going through after turn 1, ladies and gentlemen. Far out. This is a great start that we like to watch on an absolutely awesome Sunday afternoon, isn't it, Josh?
Oh, no, it definitely is. And this battling has invited Nathan Carpenter into this little, this fun little pack of racing here. It's going to be very interesting. He's given up his day job. He's going to go racing, he said this evening, with the Carpenter name like that. Let's see what he can do into the final little section here. The last couple of corners, they make their way to the pit straight. Can he get the drive? And can he get on Gretsch's rear bumper bar? Munro still out in front of this little battle pack at the moment as they come down the pit straight. Carpenter looking to make a move, but I think he's going to be a little bit too far back as they make their way into turn 1. But he's made a heap in the mid-corner there. Can he get closer to Gretsch here? Will he be able to make a move on to the back straight? We'll have to wait and see. It is close. Will he be able to get the drive? They both get the drive out of that corner. Nice. As they're going to make their way down to turn 6 as they go through 5 now. Great racing here in the Aussie Sim Racing Gen 3, the final race of the season. This is heart-stopping, heart-racing, whatever you want to call it. It's good entertainment for a Sunday night.
You're not wrong. Heart in mouth, or possibly, rum and coke in mouth as well for me, if you don't mind. The catering here at Sandown has been absolutely top shelf here tonight, so you may get a few slurred words to the end of this broadcast if we make it that far. Goodness gracious me. Matt Munro, though, I'll tell you what, he's had the elbows out tonight. And he's in one of those moods, possibly a red mist mood, but not according to the text messages. Adrian Gretsch copped the full brunt of that as well. So he's just smoking his pipe back there in ninth position now, just possibly waiting for another mistake from Munro. He's been pretty toey on the old right foot pedal, so those rears will be screaming out soon enough. You can see John Simpson there in the background in that Summit entry. Really nice livery too, by the way. It sort of reminds me of, what is it, the Kodak photography livery from back in the day. We all get one, folks. It's not past 8:30, but it doesn't matter here on YouTube. As Revolution says, my boys behaving themselves. They are, not so much as we are in the commentary box. I tell you what, it's all just gone out the goddamn window there. But the racing on track has started to just subside for the moment. But you know what that means. If you've been watching the channel for long enough, you know that when we get a little bit of a lull in proceedings, it means that we're in for an absolute bloody calamity of action that all will happen in just a few moments' time. So I'll tell you what, if this is a good enough time, if you're tuned in and watching along with the stream now and you haven't already, give us a subscribe on the channel. We are so close to 2K, I can taste it. And speaking of tasting it, myself and I'm going to put all you boys in it, all the commentary team at Simsational here. Once we hit 2K, we're going to go live and we're all going to do shoeies live on webcams.
Oh, that's not going to go too well. I've got maybe
Yes,
two pairs of shoes, so it gets a lot of toe jam in there from my work socks. Tell you what, it's
More toe
not
jam, the better, my friend. That's right. It adds to the flavour.
Oh, yeah, no, not quite. No, I've got ingrown toenails, which makes it even worse. There's a bit of jam and pasta. So sorry, I'm going to cut away from the toe jam door. Far out, ladies and gentlemen. It's all gone sideways in the commentary box here tonight, but we still see Anakin trying to force Mr. Marsh behind him into the dark side. There you go, my friend. You're not getting past me in the 444. I've gone up too many positions to do that. He's just eked out a little bit of a gap, held him up very nicely through the last complex of corners through there. Coming on to the pit straight. Very good stuff indeed. Have a look-see at the gap that Marsh makes up, though. Far out. The damage on the front of that, you'd expect it wouldn't make any downforce, but it seems to be generating it, folks. This is great stuff. Have a look-see. This is just the way that different cars make speed through the lap. This is great stuff coming through here. Kobe Marshall with Mr. Flocknuts Fallon going for the dive.
Wow.
Holy... He must have been serving a slowdown, Marshall, because he was just standing still. He didn't even make it to the braking zone before Fallon got past him. But don't count him off yet, because he is still going hammer and tongue. You know he does not give up that easy. He's got something up his sleeve ready to pounce at the end of the race here.
Yeah, no, definitely. Kobe Marshall still right on the back of Fallon there. And once again, the Wandon Cricket Club are going to love me. That Brisbane Lions colour machine is looking good. Because if we're going to suffer in the comm box, why don't you as well? Get those beer taps flowing, boys. I am spewing. I'm nowhere near you guys, but I'll make up for it here in the territory. We like it. It is great battling here, and in the background there looks like Smith and Rogers having a bit of a go at each other, but back to this great battle pack as we have a look at Ash Rogers as well. But here we go. This is the one I was talking about. Slugsy having a go at Mr. Richards. These boys have been having a humdinger of a battle, and Simpson right in front as well as we head down the back straight and have a little bit of a kink to the right. Turn 5 looking good as we make our way into the tricky is probably the word I've been trying to find all night, and I finally found it. It's slowly coming towards me, this tricky section here. And it's a great pass. I think that might be blue flag situations. Very, very close to the back of Skywalker, as I'm going to call him. Wow. Great racing. Yeah, these boys are having a great bit of fun. And once again, it is all on. And Yeah, these guys must have heard something like 17 minutes, I think, because they are still hammering Tom.
Look
It
out.
is great racing.
I'm going to have to cut you off there, Josh. Wonder Cricket Club there, 14 goals in a quarter. Yeah, we did see that, but how many premierships have GWS had in the last couple of years? Absolutely none. Thank you very much. Let's go back to the front. It's Ash Rogers and Matt Munro here as Rogers goes up the inside at turn 4. Gets the job done, but Matt Munro just has to check up because I think it was a little bit of a delayed reaction there for Rogers getting onto the bloody loud pedal there as they go up through the top end of town. I'm just waiting for the comments to come streaming in. Here we go. It is left into the turn 6 and it is Munro on the inside of turn 8 into Dandenong Road, rolls squarely on the entry. Ash Rogers just giving up there and could not get on the brakes quick enough, and he goes off into the kitty litter. Matt Munro goes off into the sunset. Now it's Gretsch now having a good old crack at Rogers. They come side by side, but it's going to be Gretsch that has the momentum run around the final turn, and he'll bugger off down the main straight as well as the rest of the cars. Beautiful racing there indeed from all involved. This is Nathan Carpenter now lining up on Rogers, who just compounding mistakes. It's just one out of the exit of turn 4, and then it was just from then just mistake after mistake after mistake. Zach O'Reilly tuning in. GWS just gave the Lions a pasting. Yeah, we know. We saw that, but I've already commented on that. Where are their bloody premierships? I didn't see what just happened on the track. Doesn't matter. Oh no, there goes Richards. He's been turned around. I tell you what, the lightsaber is not doing the trick here at the moment. He's deleted the front bar as well as the rest of the cars come across that thing too. And that is looking more like a worn-out Darth Vader at the end of Return of the Jedi than anything that resembles a V8 supercar at the moment.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely not an ideal situation for him. Tell you what, he was on a great run before that too. He was up 11 spots, I saw him, and now he's still up 6, but he's got to come in and get something sorted for that one. He's still hammering Tom. Have a look at this. He can barely pull it up going through the final section corners, going through there. Oh, it's just a traffic jam here, ladies and gentlemen. Tell you what, this is fantastic stuff that we like to see. Still going too wide, going down to the final corners. This is what we love to see. Sauce spinning around at the final corner there as well. There's just action aplenty with this battle pack here. Is that Chris Townend? He's come a cropper on his bloody exit of the corner there. I tell you what, this is definitely not ideal for him. He was going for a good race up until that point. He can still make something of it, but it's definitely throwing him down the order a bit more. Still line astern going through there. Still going too wide with Gretsch and Townend in the background. Oh my God. Well, sorry, it wasn't Gretsch, it was Bakir, our Middle Eastern friend going through. Still trying to make it too wide through the chicane. They don't learn, these boys. It doesn't work very well if you go through that, but they still keep making it work. So what am I on about, boys? This is absolute great stuff. I can't keep up with it. All right.
Yeah, no, great racing here at Sandown in race number 2. It has put on an absolute show. We were in a bit of a lull there, and now it's all action-packed once again. Mr. Munro said the magic words, and it happened. Right. So we love to see it, this tricky section once again as we make our way into the final couple of corners. This is great racing. Town, and down the back, it's been very unfortunate. He was in a great spot in the championship, and unfortunately in race 1, he was collected in the lap 1 drama, and now in race number 2, he's sort of in the mid-pack, as we probably call it here tonight. And, very unfortunate indeed. But he's made up 3 spots, and he's going to continue to push and try and get on the back of Mr. Clark.
Yeah, he's not wrong about that. He's been pretty good over the entire season, I'll have to say, Chris Townend. When we started calling this series, he was, your bona fide mid-pack racer. He's out there battling it out for the most part, but this season he's really come into a good bit of form. He's in a purple patch, as you could say, folks, and he's absolutely flying along. Hasn't had the luck tonight, but he's proven himself over the rest of this season. Look at this, Marshy just getting all out of sorts there as they go down the hill. Simpson ready to pounce, almost shoved the nose of that Mustang right up the inside there. Wasn't enough room to pull off the move, and he has to go back to the drawing board and think about how he's going to get around this bloke, because I tell you what, Marshy has been, he's been pretty quick tonight. He was right up there here in qualifying. And when you get a little bit of clear air in front, you can start to just remember how you went fast in qualifying, start to turn the screws slowly, and we can see that happening in real time with that gap just really stretching out to about almost half a second here at the moment. So we'll go back because there is battling ahead here. It is Jordan Renault, the DIY man. We haven't seen him tonight, haven't called his name yet, and he's under attack from the armour. He's got it, chocked up, full and ready to go. And look at that DIY man. Just looking a bit out of sorts over the curbs there. I don't know how that car's set up. It looks pretty stiff to me because it was bouncing like it's got the hiccups there going through the bloody through that turn 3 and 4 section.
Yeah, it could be technique as well, because I find that if you leave it on the brakes too much, if you slightly outbrake yourself there, you can't bring the front end up quick enough, so it'll smack the bump stop and send you flying like you're trying to take off in an aeroplane at the Melbourne airport on your way home from a good night of racing here.
Avalon or the other bloody one?
Oh, mate, I don't know Melbourne that well. Come on, mate. I'm not even from Brisbane.
Two bloody airports down there. It's dead set in the fair income department. Everyone wants to either go or leave from Melbourne. I don't know which one.
Yeah. 2 airports too many, in my opinion, as we see Ross Armour coming into the pit lane there, coming to take his tyres and a bit of fuel, because they won't be able to make the end of this one. Capped at 85% fuel tank, which is not quite enough to do an hour and 10 minutes for these boys here. It's sort of just lulled out a little bit here, boys. So I reckon we should tack our eyes to the YouTube chat here. We've got Zach O'Reilly just lighting it up with everyone, coming out with all these phenomenal one-liners like he wants to be in the box. And, mate, why aren't you? The teeth isn't an excuse. You can be in here. Get the text-to-speech going, mate. Get the old Stephen Hawking cracking around with your one-liners. I would love to hear that, mate.
That'd be hilarious, actually. We could get a soundboard Stephen Hawking style. And he goes up the inside. That would be
that in the fair income department.
Oh, yes! What about that? Ladies and gentlemen at home, we're joined by the smartest man of all time. Tell us your theory on black holes and, Hawking radiation, sir.
God, the algorithm's gone bad here. We're going Big Bang Theory style here this evening. You'll love to see it. Season, what are we up to?
Yes.
I'm going to blame. I'm just going to quickly, while I look at the YouTube chat, Fabian sent a lovely amount of $3 and said we're doing great in the commentary box. And since that, I'm going to call it the commenter's curse. We've gone downhill since. So, Fabs, next time, leave it to yourself.
It's the commenter's curse rather than the commentator's curse, folks. It works both ways out there, apparently. So keep the money coming, and maybe we can turn it around, folks. I don't know. I think we've hit that point in the night, though. The Rumbos are starting to talk for me. Here he is now, the leader of the race here, Will Buchanan. He's out in front by about 14 seconds, mind you. We've only had 25 minutes gone, and he's 14 seconds out in front of Jordan Eitler, who leads this championship so far. And based on where it stands at the moment, will be your series champion. Still flashing the lights. Is there something going on in the background? Are people there in the chat, and they know where the track cameras are, and they're just, I don't know, shouting out to us a little flash to the boys in the box? Who knows? I'm gonna take it as that. Thank you very much, Jordan Eitler. We wave back to you. I'll tell you what, boys, wait for the if you're into ASMR, by the way, and anyone at home as well, I'm off on a little bit of a tangent here. If you're into ASMR, you do not get a voice box as smooth as this bloke here on your screen. Jordan Eitler, wait till he comes into the podium probe tonight, folks, and just get your towels ready, because it is just a waterfall happening everywhere through the speakers at home. Lock up your daughters and wives. That's all I have to say.
Far out, Chris. I don't know where to go from that one, but I think I'll go to the YouTube chat, because we've got a bit more going on through there. We got Jasmine Drive saying the commentary box is loose, and I'm here for it as well. Keep coming in, because we are live all the time. Chris will be able to give you the schedule in a little bit, but there's always something going on regardless of which day, except for maybe one or two of them. So he'll inform you. Revolution Racing. Can RC give Will a drive-through and say, love from your boss? What do you reckon, Chris?
Well, we'll have to see. We're not in control of race control here up in the box. We are separate from those guys. But I'm sure, look, if you join into the Aussie Sim Racing Discord, the link is in the description below this video. You might be able to get in touch with Frankie Boy 420, who I believe is the main man in control of the series tonight. And if you send him a nice little DM and possibly a block of chocolate or something, he will give old mate a bit of a drive-through. Look at this, Zach O'Reilly just Snapchatting or super chatting his own money back into Sensational TV. He's going to funnel some GST into here and write it off as tax again. That's a nice little loophole there as well. So Zach O'Reilly, thank you very much, opening the floodgates there of donations. Let's go back here because we do have a little battle here with Townend, but I think it's going to be all she wrote because that car is looking very second-hand at the moment. He's going to look into the pit lane. Yes, certainly does, and fair enough, because let's see if we can go back and see how that damage came about. Here he is, down the hill, down into Dandenong Road. That's an unusual spot to see people hit the fence there. Deleting the front wing and certainly some steering damage there as he's just trying to hold on to the track. Poor old Chris Townend, his night has gone from bad to worse.
Some of them built so the front doesn't fall off at all, I tell you what. It's not ideal in that department, I tell you what. I think we skipped out on Joshy earlier too, so I might just palm it back off to him. Give him a turn of the old talker.
That's right.
Yeah, well, we've got Gretsch back to the on-track action, and he's in a bit of a sandwich between the old Munro machine and the Carpenter machine, and I don't think it is the Munro machine. I don't know what's going on there with that. And Fabian is lighting it up now.
Yeah.
He's going to buy a little bit of sips for you, Chris. We love to see it.
You don't need to buy one for me, mate. I can do it myself and have been, as you can probably tell.
The old sugarcane champagne is out in force this evening. I can tell you that. We look at the Richards machine this time round, and he's had a bit of a trip into the pit lane to fix that car up, and he's behind Agossa. Is what I'm going.
A Sonia, I think.
A Sonia. Yeah. There you go. Okay. We'll see. We will get it right one time here this evening. We can't promise you a second.
No.
But the racing action is still going really, really well. We're starting to see the pit stops make their way in. The competitors making their way in for the pit stops at around about the halfway mark. We've still got a little bit to go until we hit that point. But great racing here tonight. And once again, we've sort of hit a bit of a status quo at the moment, where we've got a little bit of action happening on track, but not too much. But as Chris said earlier, that means we're about to be in for some action-packed racing as we make our way onto the back straight here. And the Marshall machine is right on the back of the flip side car, and he is going to have a good run, and that should be blue flag situation there, if I'm not mistaken.
Surely,
yeah.
Yeah, he goes and that slots in behind. That's Kobe Marshall getting that lap down on Sonia, who's that car looks really that looks really bent up. That's for sure. Taking a few hits in the front, taking a few hits in the back as well. So he'll be looking forward to a little pit stop relief at the Bowser. We got Vertex Spec in the chat saying, when old mate says, I'll tell you what, that's when he sounds like Will Brown. Holy shit. I wonder who he's talking about. Rusty, perhaps. There you go. You sound like Will Brown, Rusty. A nice little compliment, I'm sure.
Well, I'll take it, but I don't think I get paid nearly as much in my day job as what he might. But I'll tell you what, mate.
Not about the pay, is it? About the enthusiasm.
Oh, 100%. Well, he definitely brings a lot of enthusiasm to his name as well as he. We got Kaki lighting it up with. We got Smith going up, trying to get past the inside of him there, just making it very nicely indeed. Has he got to clear him by the time he gets into turn 6 here? He does. Pulls back across to the racing line, takes it nice and easy. Very good there, my good son. Jacob Smith making the move on Kaki. Very nicely done indeed. No contact. No worries at all. What else we got going up and down the field? I'll go through the movers and shakers here, ladies and gentlemen, because we got Kaki. He's actually up 13 spots from where he started. Same with Chris Asonia. So those boys are both doing an absolutely fantastic job. And in terms of shakers, Ross Armour, not the day for him so far. He has come into the pits, but he's down 14th from where he started as well. But I'm fairly sure I remember a bit of a spin around for him earlier on in the race there, Josh.
Yeah, no, he's done well to get to where he is now. And Buchanan, I'm just
stop
going
it.
to
Look at this. Sorry to cut you off there. David Marshall has just super chatted. Oh, I said Snapchatted. He's super chatted triple figures. Holy moly. That's the first $100 donation I've ever received. Thank you so much. And we're going to read out his comment there. On behalf of all of us here at the club, we've loved the season and gold commentary and watching the WCC V8 go around. That's right. Well, let's get him on the screen there. The Wandon Cricket Club / Brisbane Lions Marshall Motorsports team entry there. I believe they give away free beers every time we say that as well. I've been informed in the chat. So that's all happening. Thank you so much, David Marshall. You are officially a stakeholder here at Simsational TV. That'll be, I don't know. Zach O'Reilly's not here to confirm, but we'll give you, 20% share of the company. There you go. Thank you very much.
That's very generous of you, Chris. There we go. How good is that? Cut back to Gaby Marshall for a second. He's doing a phenomenal job going through the field here. I say going through the field. He's exactly where he started, ladies and gentlemen. But look, he's still up there. He hasn't been involved in any tussles. He's still got a straight car. He is doing an absolutely fantastic job, in my opinion. So, look, you can't go past him in the old Brisbane Lion colours, as Chris likes to say. Very good stuff with the Marshall Motorsports on the door. What we love to see. It looks like he's done heat up behind him, though. I'm sorry, I just looked at the live timing and realised that it was a lap car behind him. But it looks pretty impressive when you start looking at it.
That's Matt Munro's the next car behind him on track. So, 5 seconds down the road there, Rusty.
Yeah, but it still looks like it's lighting up for Mr. Munro. It's another lab car. Far out. I'm on an absolute roll tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Far out. This is great stuff, though. It looks impressive. That's the main thing. We got supercars going around, and we are absolutely loving it here on the broadcast tonight. Which, have a look-see at this. It looks like he's trying to make a move, struggling to pull it up, Mr. Brock Clark. But he does indeed. He doesn't quite lose a spot here, but he's not far off it. It looked like Mr. Ross Armour was about to try and make a move on him. He was close enough to, but couldn't quite get the throttle down quick enough. Coming down through the final complex corners, down through towards the pitch straight, very nicely indeed. Gets it up on the curb, still gets the power down nicely though, doesn't quite affect him. Very good stuff, but it looks like Mr. Armour might have a bit of a run on him. Get the lights ready, mate, start flashing them, because you want to make him miss his brake marker coming down into turn one. Nah, he keeps it nice and sportsmanlike, but I tell you what, he's still showing the nose, half showing the nose, keeping himself in the mirrors. That's what he's doing. Very good stuff indeed. So have a look-see at this. This is the closest thing we've seen for ages, which is great stuff. It's starting to light up here once again, ladies and gentlemen. Ross Armour still looking like he's a knight in shining armour, coming down through to the back straight here, getting ready to go around the turn 5 kink, coming down. Keep it flat out, ladies and gentlemen, because he's going to try and make a move very shortly.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting indeed. Can he get the move done into the tricky section, is what I'm going to continue to call it here this evening. It was fun at the start, now it's tricky, just like the words that are coming out of my mouth. It is, we're having a great time here in the commentary gondola, as Chris likes to call it, and I am enjoying myself a little bit too much as we continue to watch the great racing. Fallon is down in 8th, but he did make a pit, if I'm not mistaken, so he's got new shoes and a little bit more gas on board as he makes his way through the last couple of corners in 8th position. So it looks like Ithla is the first of our cars to make the pit stop, and he'll be Fallon will be right on the back of him. But we'll go back to the on-track action now as Brock Clark gets the move done on Whitaker, and it looks like Armour's going to try and make that move get done as well, and he does. And Townsend's in that pack as well. We've got an absolute squabble. It's like the seagulls at the chip shop. They are all trying to get that last chip as they make their way into the very tricky section once again. They're going to jump on the anchors, and they're all going to get through there nicely. And it looks like the number in fifth. That's Gretsch. He's in a little bit of a traffic jam at the moment. He is out of place. All of these cars in front will be blue flaggers, but they're having their own battle, so he's going to have to make something happen.
You're not wrong, folks. It's like a Run DMC concert here at the moment. It's tricky everywhere you look. Let's have a look down the border here. Ross Armour all over the back here of Brock Clark in the Mitre 10 entry. He's going to show the nose down into turn 1 and just modulating the brake there. A slight overlap. What's happened here? I've lost vision. And there goes Armour just sliding sideways, collected by Townsend on the way through, taking Whittaker with him. Oh, poor old Whittaker was just there minding his own business, not really getting amongst it, and has been forced with a good old bloody Mustang in the side quarter panel. Thank you very much for coming. And Whittaker drops off the back of that little battle pack. That was heat up to 10, up to 11, folks. It was like the old, those old, what do they call it? The kettles that you have to put on the stove. And when it starts to boil, it makes the whistle sound.
Yeah, I think it's just called a kettle.
No, kettles now, they have mine doesn't whistle, it just makes a hell of a lot of racket anyway, but it doesn't whistle. Anyway, the ones that whistle, it was whistling hard there between those 4 boys, and it was time to take the kettle off the stove. What a long-winded way of saying that was a nice little battle. Goodness me.
I tell you what, though, it's definitely worth it. We got to keep it entertaining in the commentary gondola here, ladies and gentlemen. This is great stuff. Tell you what is keeping it entertaining, though. These 2 boys here, Simpson and Mr. That's not quite Fallon.
No, this is a lap marker behind him there as well. So the closest battle on track is there in the foreground there. So Clark and Townend getting right stuck in, Rusty.
Oh, looking very nice indeed. It's amazing the different lines people take. Some people don't quite take the curb because they're not wanting to go over the other side of it, which is quite bad for trying to keep the grip in it. Sorry, I'll get back to that in a second, because we got Townend looking like he's trying to make a move out of it, going side by side through the drag race section of the track here, coming down into turn 6. How does he go? He just pulls in behind Mr. Brock Clark. Very nice indeed. Doesn't want to make a move of it because he knows if he goes too wide out there, he is going to drop into the slowdown section and cop a nice little yellow flag for his trouble. So nice and easy, very nicely done indeed, Mr. Townend.
Yeah, definitely indeed. And Mr. Zach O'Reilly, I've got no clue. Look what happens when you leave the comm box, mate. This is the great stuff that we put up for you on YouTube. I hope you're enjoying your evening so far. What a better way to spend there's not a better way to spend a Sunday night watching some supercars go around for the final time here in Aussie Sim Racing for their season. And we have a look at the number 27, Jordan Reno in 15th position. A very well presented machine as he makes his way down the back straight with the flip side machine looking a little bit worse for wear in the front end department, making his way up to the back and in the rear end as well. That is that is definitely dinner with a view.
Yeah,
I can tell you that one.
Yeah, more hits than Elton John in the back there as well, folks. You can see that is absolutely caved in. You can see Rusty going to water there in the background, folks. It's all happening. We're just over halfway through this race, folks. So we're going to expect to see a lot of the front runners coming to serve their pit stops. Let's have a look. The first 4, that is Buchanan, Marshall, Munro, and Simpson, yet to pit. And then behind them, everyone has, except for Chris Asonia, the man who was just on our screen with the punched-in rear end. Probably about time he starts thinking about getting in that pit lane anyway. But Simpson, as I say, has just ducked into the pit lane here to get serviced and back out on his way. So 85% 85% fuel tonight, folks. So that will be, I think, just enough for most of these guys to get to the end. There was a lot of early stoppers as well, mind you, Rusty and Josh. So keep an eye on those, because I'm going to bring up the pit laps, so that will come up on our screens now. You see the early pit stoppers of Brock Clark pitted on lap 19, Richards on lap 17, who else down there? Sykes on 19, and then a couple around lap 20, Marsh as well, Jacob Smith on lap 24. think those guys might just be in a little bit of trouble and possibly going to need to pit again before the end of this race.
Yeah, we got Zach O'Reilly in the chat pulling us in a line too. He's going, come on, boys, give us some strategy and pace between Buchanan and Marshall, please, because there's a bit going on.
The 40-second gap. Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, it's massive. You can't quite gain that one on an undercut, but let's have a look-see here. We got the quickest lap between them both. We got Buchanan, who's done a 108.8, and then Marshall's that's done a 109.1. So there's only 4 tenths between them there, but on the last lap, Buchanan's done a 109.0 with Marshall doing a 110.6. So the pace department has gone off the taps. It's like he's just turned off the tyre wear on his machine, Mr. Will Buchanan. He is absolutely flying out there, still only 2 tenths off his quickest lap, which is bloody not bad. I tell you what, this far into the race, he's 40 minutes in, he's got nothing lost in terms of lap time there, but still hasn't come into the pits for the top 3, which is a very good effort. I mean, I would have called the undercut being the ideal strategy here, because you get on fresh tyres straight away, you get it second a lap for a couple of laps, which is fantastic for your lap time, as I'm sure you could tell with the old Will Buxton reference going on through there. But at the same time, Buchanan doesn't seem like he needs it either, because he's only 2 tenths off his quickest time anyway. But the rest of them, yeah, I'm surprised they haven't come in earlier, to be honest. What do you reckon of that in terms of strategy, Josh?
Yeah, no, it's definitely interesting, and being a newcomer to this series, he's got the pace and he's got a lot of it. So, and he's still pushing at those consistent times. So, with him doing so well, it's going to be very interesting indeed to see once he makes that pit stop whether it's going to be even more of an advantage to him. These guys in front, your top 3 are. You've got Munro, who's only 2 seconds behind the Marshall machine. So it's going to be very interesting indeed to see who blinks first and who's going to, whether the undercut or the overcut's going to help around here. And still a lot of time to keep going. So these guys have obviously filled to that 85% mark and have employed some sort of fuel saving strategy. I don't know where they've saved it, because they've been pretty ham and tonga the whole way through, but they've got some sort of magical power that whispers to the fuel gods, and it's going to be very interesting indeed to see how the end of this race ends up.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think any of the front runners are fuel saving at all. They're 45 minutes through this race, and well over the half race distance now. It's just a matter of, I think what they want to do is get out to such a lead that when they do come into the pit lane and serve that, it may as well be a mandatory pit limiter, you know what I'm saying? They have to come in through the pit lane. Kobe Marshall not happy with the back marker here as well, giving him the big old flash on the way through. That's like Matt Munro right up the back of him here. That gap now less than a second. But what I was saying is earlier that they are well over half race distance now, so they can come in and pit, fill up and go to the end. I don't think there's been any fuel saving to happen in that particular instance. The top 3, there's still the top 2. Will Buchanan's done his pit stop. He'll probably still come out in front of these blokes because he was 40 seconds up the road. Here he is now. That's him there. Kobe Marshall just in the background. So Will Buchanan, a full pit stop in front of the second and third cars on the grid. You can see them there, all in the picture at the exact same time, but Marshall and Munro still having to come into the pit lane. So they will say goodbye to the back of Will Buchanan, whose best lap is 4 tenths better than Kobe Marshall, but the last few laps he's been absolutely flying in the low 109s, absolutely putting the pedal to the metal. But Marshall doesn't care too much. Will Buchanan's in nobody's race here at the moment. He's not in the championship here in the final race, so it's all just playing for, peacock stakes. He's out there just to show the nose basically, and put maybe some shockwaves through the paddock and say, look, next season I'm out here to take some scalps.
Yeah, 100%. He's just showing up for bragging rights, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Far out. Hey, Chris, is it possible to get an onboard of what Kobe Marshall's doing? Because Zach seems to be looking like he reckons he's on a bit of the strategy play here. So let's have a look, see what he's doing with the revs. I can't quite hear what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm just going to play it by ear, look at the shift lights as we're going up and up through the gears. On the old back straight here, coming up, having a nice old look around, look at the race course that should be converted into a speedway for 410s, as we said earlier, but that's okay. Oh, it does look like he's having a proper big lifting coast. Have a look at that. He went from 250 k's an hour and just lost it all before the braking zone, like F1 do. But they're not intentionally doing it. Kobe Marshall, though, he's trying to pull off a strategy masterclass here, and it might work for him. Let's see how we go here.
It's not going to work for him because Buchanan's already stopped, so it's all for nothing. He can fuel save all he wants. He's never going to get to first place because Buchanan has come in, filled up his car, and he's good to go. He'll be absolutely just extending that lead. Matt Munro now coming into pit. This is a good strategy. I think the undercut for Kobe in the moment. Sorry to cut you off there, Josh, but I think Kobe now in that fuel saving status is going to give Matt Munro a nice little clear run to possibly come out in some clear air, put in a couple of hot laps while those tyres are warm, if he does take tyres, that is, and we'll see where they come back together. But Jordan Eitler, the championship leader, he's up there and he's far enough up the field to not be worrying about any sort of strategy play. He's just going to finish the race and take the chockies at the end.
Yeah, no, definitely is, and that's the interesting thing indeed, is hopefully the old Flognuts Fallon doesn't have any sort of incident with the man in third position at the moment. He's had a sensational season so far and done extremely well, and it's great to see this machine up the front once again. And it's going to be interesting into the 6, 7 and 8 complex now, but Fallon's still that little bit behind, can't get close enough to Eitler out in front. And it's been a heap of great racing here this evening. You've got to love it. Sandown puts on a show as the old Fallon machine isn't too happy getting the flashes on, or maybe I've said his name and he's heard it and he's given me a wave, so we love to see it. But he's gotten a lot closer now to the back of that Mustang, and what can he do? We're riding on board now as we go down the pit straight and into turn number 1. Last of the last late breakers there, gets it done nicely into the next little couple of chicanes and onto the back straight once again as they go around this corner. Fallon right on the rear bumper this time round, and can he get it done? No, it doesn't look like it. He's dropped a little bit too far back. Whether he's trying to conserve some fuel or tyres, we do not know. But very interesting indeed to see how this race will end. Who will be able to make their way through the pack? Will Munro be able to make his way up to this battle pack once again? And oh, there we go. Fallon just made the pass there. And I don't know what happened to the Mustang of Eitler there as well. But here we go. Looks like Fallon does have the lead, and I may have put the curse on the Eitler machine.
On the mocker. No, I think he's all right. Eitler knows the deal in terms of winning this championship, so all he has to do is really finish in the top. I think he was in the top 15, and Kobe Marshall could have won it, and he was still taking out this championship. So Eitler just in damage control mode here at the moment. He saw Fallon coming up behind. He thought, you know what, there's no point me battling hammer and tongs here, because what could happen is I find myself in the fence, and then that could certainly throw the championship away. So he's in full just self-preservation mode. Cruise around, let the fast guys through, and tack onto the back. If he finishes in the top 15, he's got this championship all wrapped up, so he's looking forward to that. He's probably, Mrs. Eitler's probably popped the champagne as well, just tipping it down his throat as he comes down to the bottom of the circuit here with about 20 minutes to go. 18 almost, in fact. So we're getting to the pointy end, and Matt Munro has served his pit stop. We'll see what Marshall is doing in terms of fuel saving. He might be, but all for what? He's not going to finish in front or far enough in front of Eitler anyway. So he's got P2 sewn up in the championship so far. Chris Townend, I think, was third, and he's had an absolute shocker round anyway, so he's down there in 15th. So it's kind of a bit of an anticlimax to this season, but no credit taken away from Jordan Eitler. He's set up this championship in a way that has come to his fruition in the end, and he just has to pretty much just sidestep his way and slide home nicely to finish this race and take a championship position. I'm gonna throw to you, Joshy, and I'm gonna go and visit the little commentator's room, and I'm gonna be back in just a moment.
No worries. We know that code word. We love it here at Sensational TV. What great racing we've seen here tonight, and even better commentary, I might add. Well, it's gone down the toilet. If that's the innuendo you want to hear, that's where it's at. But we're having a ride on board with the Mitre 10 machine, the Brock Clark machine, as he's having a bit of a battle trying to get onto the back of Mr. Marsh in front of him. But he's a fair way back at the moment. It's been some great racing here this evening, and just a standout drive from Buchanan. He's come out of nowhere and won both. Well, it looks like he'll win the first, and looks like he's pretty set in at the moment for his second win, and it's in the last two races. But yeah, great racing here tonight, Rusty. It's been an honour to join in.
Oh, 100%. It's been absolutely fantastic. There's not a better way I'd rather spend my Sunday night, I tell you what. I'll just cut back through. Just before turn 3, I saw one of the Revolution cars that was off on the grass. I'm not 100% sure what happened there. I didn't quite pick up which car it was either. But it did happen. Moving on. So, Brocky Clark still going around here, looking absolutely fantastic in these colours. I love the throwback schemes. So, just if it's been on an actual V8 supercar, then I froth it. I just absolutely love it. The old Larco callback livery, especially from the 90s, mate. I love getting amongst those things. Kobe Marshall in the pit lane now, as we see him start to get off the jacks, get out of the old pit entry, try not to speed, get too quick off the limiter there. Oh, Matt Munro might even, I was about to say might get him. He's a bit far away. But coming down through turn 1 anyway, he's got a bit of warmer tyre temperature, but in iRacing, these cars are ready to go hammer and tong straight away as soon as you put a fresh set of tyres on. It doesn't matter about temperature. You get grip straight away, which is great stuff to see. But Lukey Fallon, have a look-see at this. He's got lap cars either side of him, stuff going on everywhere, flashing the lights. Stuff going on everywhere with Jordan Eitler trying to make up another position too. You say he was trying to keep it easy, protect his championship. He's got it sewn in the bag. I'm going to slightly disagree with you there. Don't discount Mr. Marshall just yet, because for all you know, look at the battle pack that he's in at the moment, Mr. Jordan ASMR Eitler. All it takes is one bad overtake from someone trying to get a nose in, and he's back in the fence losing points. So, look, I mean, I'm not ready to call it until the checkered flag drops here, because there's still a fair bit going on in this department. 5 cars, line of stern, a lot of them might not be fighting for positions, but, mate, they're still on the track, and they're still at a risk. If someone slightly misses a braking marker, mate, look out. There could be carnage going into the braking zone.
Well, they probably will be. Oh, sorry there, Josh. I think I skipped my my entry there. I had to, had to take a slash for those wondering at home. Jesus Christ, the Rumbos were, or the, what did you call it before? The champagne.
The sugarcane champagne.
Sugarcane champagne taking effect here in the commentary box. It's Luke Fallon, though, and Jordan Eitler has decided to make a bit of a race out of this yet. He's like, I think he knows that there's been a bit of a lull in proceedings so far, and he wants to make some action here for the viewers at home, all the 42 viewers at home, mind you. There's a fair few watching at home. And shout out to the Wandon Cricket Club there, tuning in on the big screen there in the clubhouse department. Thank you guys so much for your support, and for David Marshall for passing the hat around there at the clubhouse as well and giving us a nice big old fat donation. We love that sort of thing. Look at Luke Fallon just snaking down the main straight, trying to break the suck. I don't know if that was intentional or just a bit of cinema there from Luke Fallon. He's probably got a few viewers there tuned in on his live stream, so he might be just doing things to entertain himself or whatnot, who knows. But here is Jordan Eitler on board with him through into turn 4. This is a super important part of the circuit, folks. To make any sort of headway around Sandown, you need to do your practice on turn 4. Look at the brake lights there just coming on for Luke Fallon. Maybe a bit of simulated brake knocking going up the main straight, Joshy. I don't know if that is a thing in iRacing, but possibly just, a little hats off to the real world thing where you got to get those brake pads ready and right next to the cylinder.
Yeah, no, definitely. I definitely do it when I'm racing around Bathurst and these machines and coming into the chase. It's, the brakes might work, but even if I just give it a little bit of a tap in, it's sure to help me in lap time. And I can tell you it definitely doesn't. But anyway, we do it and we have fun doing it. So this little battle pack at the moment between Fallon and Eitler, it's been nose to tail really throughout the race, and he's gotten very close to the rear end of Fallon that time round as they make their way into the chicanes and close towards the corner before hitting the back straight, turn number 4, and they'll make their way down to the kink, which is turn number 5, right on the rear end. And Buchanan's still out in front, and he's got a 32-second gap on Fallon at the moment. But these are the boys we want to watch because they are nose to tail as they make their way through 6, 7, and 8. And
look at this.
Oh, he's gone for the dive. Has he left enough room? He has. He's just... Wow. He is... I think he's a bit done being behind the old Fallon machine. And this is this continuous battling's just going to let Marshall and Munro make their way towards, even though Marshall is 9 seconds behind. If they fight enough, he may be able to work his way into the battle as Munro's around about 7 seconds behind the Marshall machine. It's all to go. Oh, yeah, there's still a lot on the line, and we've still got a heap of racing to come. Still 10, 11 minutes to go. What a great race it's been here at Sandown. One of the tracks that is just there you go, that word, with supercars racing.
Synonymous. Cinnamon with racing. Yeah, absolutely, and delicious as well for all the fat people tuning in at home. I am one of them, folks. Don't you worry about that. I didn't quite get enough time in to have some dinner either, so the tongue is salivating at the thought of a cinnamon donut. Goodness gracious me, here in the commentary box. Here is Sandown Staley, though. He's got Adrian Gretsch just peeling out of the slipstream, dipping up into turn 1. Here they go side by side. The Valvoline, know what I mean, takes that position as well, up into 9th place. Sandown Staley sitting fat on the edge of the top 10 and possibly nursing a bit of damage in that car. I don't know. He's seen the wars today and possibly waving the white flag now, as I think we saw just earlier on with Jordan Eitler and Luke Fallon down into the final couple of turns of this circuit. We saw Luke Fallon get past Eitler, and I think Eitler just got up beside him too. They were side by side there for just a moment, and I think Eitler had a stroke of clarity and thought, why am I side by side with Luke Fallon with 10 minutes to go in a championship, me out in front? What the hell am I doing? What's the risk versus reward here, folks? And I think he ran the numbers and decided just to sit behind the Mustang here for the time being. And probably a really smart idea.
Yeah, well, why not? That's what I say. So go hammer and tongs. Why not? Get yourself another result. You can't win without getting yourself in a second, which is where Fallon is. So, I mean, get yourself up there. It might be a 35-second gap between you, but look, anything's possible. Last minute safety car that we definitely won't get because this league doesn't quite have live race control. But that's okay. We're still going hammer and tongs. Look at the gap between all of these guys. I mean, this is great stuff. The heap of Revolution cars. So everywhere I look, there's another Revolution racing car. So they're just overpopulating everything. I don't want to say overpopulating, just populating everything and just making everything look absolutely fantastic because they are phenomenal liveries on them. Don't get me wrong, boys. This is great stuff that we like to see, and it's cool to see all the participation from everyone, which is all really developed into an absolutely fantastic season of racing. I've only come in about halfway through, but mate, I'm absolutely loving it as we watch Mr. Anakin Skywalker trying to look like he's making a move, not quite diving the nose up the inside, but just letting Mr. Man in front, Mr. Smith in front, know that he's there. He gets on the throttle a little bit too early though, and just lights it up a little bit out of the final corner. Not quite enough to get a proper good run on him, but he's still there. Make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, he is still close enough to absolutely capitalise on a mistake. Have a look at this here. He's on his rear bar like there's a cigarette paper between them as they come down towards turn 1 on the front straight away. Here we go, pulling out. This is where you make the dive, good son. Turn him to the dark side, and oh no, he's kind of let us down like that. How good is that, ladies and gentlemen? Far out. Come on, give us something. He's not going anywhere, folks. He's still on the back of him like a head on a shovel. I tell you what, this is great stuff that we like to see on a Sunday night. Oh, mate, I'm absolutely loving this. How are you liking it, Josh?
Oh, I am. Yeah, this has been some of the best racing I've watched in a long time, and I've been doing a lot of time trial stuff. So it is great to see some on-track action. And it looks like Skywalker is going to try to make a move as we get the chopper cam. And now he's just going to back off into 6, 7, and 8. And he's dropped a fair way back, but he's going to make some up in the braking zone. And Bakir's right on the back of this battle as well. He will come and join them very shortly. But Richards trying to make the move done on the Phantom machine. When life gives you lemons, sometimes you might just have to give them a bump and run. So here we go down the back, oh well, not the back straight this time. We are on the front straight, the pit straight. He's going to pull out of the aero, out of the suction, just like in the bed. Oh, he's nearly gone.
Oh, no.
He has gone into the side of him. Oh no, a great battle has ended in tears. He joined the dark side a little bit too early there. And he's given him the bump as we watch on the replay. He's come out of the suction and then dropped back in, and big front lockup and just sent that thing sidewards. And like I said, a bit of a bump and run. Very unfortunate there.
Yeah, not quite life giving you lemons, or I mean, what's worse than a lemon? Life giving you a
Kia Rio.
No, life giving you a Tui's new. Oh, goodness gracious me! Just send me to the hole straight after that. Thank you very much. But here is Ash Rogers on board. We got John Simpson in front. This is a three-way battle for position, mind you, folks. This is 6th, 7th, and 8th on your screen. Nathan Carpenter just chipping away at the little gap that's in front of these two guys. Is really closed up on the back of Ash Rogers there as well. We'll look through. Rogers has been busy lately in Simland. Well, I commentated on him yesterday morning on an American NASCAR truck league. I thought, out of nowhere, here he comes, the lonely Australian in the field. Who's this bloke? It's bloody Ash Rogers. He's up there. He's got two blue pills inserted and is fully hard for that entire race. 100 laps over at Charlotte Motor Speedway. He did quite well as well. They ran out of gas on the final lap, but that's what happens when you get a bit too early on the blue pills. It's eventually going to wear off.
Far out. You're on a roll there. I don't even know where to go from that one. But we'll go back to our friend Jesus, Nathan Carpenter, coming down.
Yes.
The final section of track, starting to still look like he's keeping it nice and easy. Everyone, look at the different lines going even through the final corner there. That's amazing. Some people just try and straight line it and beeline for the wall on the inside there to try and get himself an absolutely mega run. But then you see everyone trying to take the speed through it as well, and delaying the throttle a little bit to try and keep the mid-corner speed going out towards the exit. But, mate, I love it all. If you're getting lap time, then lap time it is, which is fantastic stuff, in my opinion. We've got a bit going on in the chat here. Zach O'Reilly, he said a while ago, I saw he can't eat anything except for solid or hot. Hang on. So he can't eat anything solid or hot, which is definitely not ideal for dinner time. Tell you what's better than eating a mandarin? Eating a mandarin out, Jasmine's just said. I should have read the whole thing before I read it out on stream. Tell you what, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. You made that mistake once.
Far out. I think I'll have to pass it on to Josh. He's got to keep going to save me from that one.
Yeah, thrown on the bus is something I'm used to. We love it. But hey, we're here racing, and we've got around about 4.5 minutes, 3.5 minutes actually. Again, you can tell I did not finish school. I'm terrible with numbers. But Ash Rogers is on the pit straight, and he is trying to hold off the Carpenter machine. And it looks like he will do it this time around into turn number 1. a great little battle pack this has been. Simpson, Rogers and Carpenter, they've stuck nose to tail, and they've been racing extremely cleanly throughout today's proceedings, and it's great to see these boys still having a good old bash around in these cars as they make their way down to the kink at turn number 5. We go on board with Carpenter, and he's just trying to make his way up onto the back of that tradie machine, the Rogers machine. He pulls out of the suction and looks to go down into 6, 7 and 8, and just gets it pulled up nicely. And is that rain on the track?
Oh, it is
it's
too.
raining. Oh, no, maybe. Yeah, no,
It is certainly raining.
Oh, wow. Wow. We have been given the ticket to the absolute best of iRacing conditions, and it is going to be a fun last couple of minutes.
Oh, this has taken me back to, geez, what was it? Portugal a few years ago in the F1, where it was raining on the final couple of laps, and I think it was Lando Norris that chose to stay out. They asked him, do you think you can get to the end? Yes. Oh no, maybe it was Alonso, and he said yes, and then fucking 2 corners later he's backwards into the barrier. So it could just happen to these guys now. With a minute and a half to go, it's going to be this lap and another one. It's raining. It's not super heavy, but these guys are going to be feeling it. Will Buchanan out in front, 37 seconds. So he's got a nice little gap behind him. He can probably just feather it around and stay out on the slicks. It's maybe back here these guys might want to think about it. I don't know. I think it's probably too close to the end of the race. I think it's just going to be a battle of these skill levels here. Who can feather these cars around? Big, heavy V8 machines, no traction control, no ABS. It's just slick tyres and a little bit of precipitation, a bit of moisture out there, folks, to add a bit of excitement to the end. Look at Luke Fallon just flashing like the bloody girls on the balconies there at the Gold Coast 500. He's absolutely flying in the wet too. Makes that position up down there into P2. He gets the job done. Jordan Eitler sitting behind. He's happy because he's got the championship all sewn up from here. But it's all just a battle of the egos here at front. You can see the sun is shining, but the rain is still coming down. What an interesting bit of, well, I guess it's stereotypical Melbourne weather for you there. We've had all 4 seasons just down the friggin' front straightaway here tonight. And here we are now on the last lap. You can see Buchanan just getting a little bit deep around the Daniel Road there for turn 9 down into the final couple of turns here tonight. Will Buchanan has absolutely come out and pants the field here as well. Sent a shockwave through Aussie Sim Racing to say, if I'm here to stay next season, you boys are going to have to come and catch me. Takes that checkered flag, folks. He is the winner tonight. Will Buchanan, welcome to the series. Take a big old W with you on the way home, mate. Here is Luke Fallon now coming down the hill in very, very tricky conditions indeed. It's wow, look at him right up the inside here of the blue flagger. How has he gotten around him there without making contact? That is one for the record books. Luke Fallon, and they're all piling up behind him as well. Jordan Eitler getting involved in that. He's certainly taken a big hit, but he's just look at them all just pirouetting. It's like the bloody Black Swan there in the background. The boys doing a bit of ballet work in the background there. You can see everyone's off. They're starting to get very hairy out there indeed. Luke Fallon crossing the line for P2. Jordan Eitler, though, the winner of the championship here, and has not put a foot wrong all season. He's been up there, he's been consistent, and he takes the checkered flag. Well, he takes a checkered flag here in the final race of the season. Takes the championship with both hands. Jordan Eitler getting into the podium probe as well. I was getting a bit worried there. I couldn't go a night without his just soothing dulcet tones, and you guys will be privy to that in just a moment. But Matt Munro crossing the line for P4. Great.
We're still racing, Chris.
Great drive from him. Yeah, they are still racing here. Kobe Marshall will do the Wandon Cricket Club proud. Will take P2 in the championship just a little bit too late in his run in the final grand scheme of things. But P5, he will not be worried about there at all. Ash Rogers in P6 there, and crossing the line now, really nicely done. Nathan Carpenter in P7. with he's P8. It's John Simpson's drag racing up to the line as Simpson's going to get him done there on the line. So Carpenter in P8, Gretchen P9, back Bakir in P10. We're going to go through them all because it's the final race of the season. Richards in P11, almost. They're still battling it out here down in the final corner. The conditions are very tricky indeed. Richards losing a position to Bakir there on the way through. That is amazing stuff here. Imagine if that rain started to pour down and maybe 10 minutes before it did. Wouldn't that be absolutely brilliant? Jasmine Drives, thank you very much for the donation. $20. Thanks for the entertainment, gents. No, thank you for sticking with us. Can be trying at times, but we get through it, lads, and thank you for every step of the way. Will Buchanan, though, wins the race. Luke Fallon, P2. Jordan Eitler, P3, and P1 in the championship.
Oh, it was absolutely fantastic stuff. Even if the racing wasn't quite on points through the middle part of the race, it was absolutely phenomenal entertainment doing it with you boys. I couldn't imagine an absolute better way to spend my Sunday night. And I'm sure most of the people in chat would agree because we've had up to 43 people watching with us during this stream. So that was absolutely awesome to see. And thank you, all of you guys in the chat as well, watching, and the Wandon Cricket Club for broadcasting to the 50 million people watching on their screens down at the old bar session down there on a Sunday night, which is just awesome to picture. I'd love to be there myself, just to say hello, just see what's going on, because that seems like an absolutely fantastic place to be. I saw in the chat right at the start, the president of the Wandon Cricket Club had been on the beers for 3 hours before they even started the stream here. Chris,
true. He's having a good old time.
Would have been a long night for Mr. President of the Wandon Cricket Club there, but I hope we put on an absolute masterclass of racing for you guys. And thank you heaps to all the Sensational TV guys for having me on as well. That was fantastic to watch.
It's been a pleasure. Are you guys a part of Aussie Sim Racing's Discord? I'm talking to you, Rusty and Josh.
Yes.
You are? Sweet. Meet me in Pitbox 99 and we can interview the top three.
Copy.
Awesome.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment with some Podium Probe action, folks, so do not go anywhere. All right, here we are, folks. We have made it to the Podium Probe, and I've been talking you up, Jordan Eitler. I've been telling the boys if they haven't got their ASMR dulcet tone action in this week, you're about to see it, mate. Congratulations on the absolute destroyation this season, taking P1 in the championship and in true style as well. How are you feeling after that one?
Yeah, thanks, mate. Pretty happy, pretty relieved as well. That rain was coming over the hill, and Christ, I was getting bloody nervous. So, yeah, absolutely wrapped. Happy for the team. Big thanks to Lukey Fallon and Sen and Staley, who were kind of riding shotgun there for me, which was nice. So, yeah, just stoked, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a ripper of a run throughout the entire season. You served up a few challenges along the way as well. A couple more rounds, and Kobe Marshall might have been right up on your rear wing too. So credit to him for making a championship of it. But mate, you were too strong in the end. Tell you what, did anyone know about the rain happening? Was that something that was predicted, or was that just sort of come out of the blue there?
I could kind of say it was on realistic weather all week, so I knew there was a chance, but given it hasn't rained in Melbourne today, I thought we might have been okay. So, yeah, I don't think anyone had done much wet running, let alone on bloody slicks. So,
yeah,
there was an absolute parking lot at the end down at Dandenong corner.
Yeah, well, we saw that, and in the final couple of turns as well, turns 11 and 12 and 13, and being so close to the end of the race, it wasn't worth coming in for wet. So it was basically just time for some show us your skills on the old ice skating rink.
Yeah, exactly. It was just roll out of it, and I was just I didn't want anyone to be behind me, so I was happy to just let everyone else go ahead, and I'll just kind of make my way through it. So, yeah, definitely spiced it up, which was good.
Yeah,
Well, not so good. Good now.
good now. At the time, probably shitting bricks.
Almost
I can
blew
tell
a
you
bloody pooper valve when it started raining down the bloody back straight.
that. Yeah, well, we did as well in the commentary box. We couldn't believe it. We're like, oh, the
But
heavens
you
have
want to be a
opened.
big dog. You want to be a big dog. You got to piss on the big trees.
Yes,
Here I am.
brilliant stuff. Josh and Rusty, have you got any questions for the championship winner?
Fair enough, thanks. Mate.
Fair. I guess they don't have their Discord set up to talk. I don't know. Can they hear me? I don't know. Maybe not. Anyway.
No, when I joined the drivers
there he
briefing
is.
for the Aussie racing cars, I set it to push to talk.
There you go.
Forgot to switch it back over. Yeah, I got a bit of a question for you, Mr. Jordan Eitler. You've said in the last couple of weeks through the podium interview, if you can't beat them, then beat them off. But what I saw there was you pulling in behind Mr. Fallon and trying to take it easy through the final part of the race, mate. Explain yourself. What are you doing?
Well, I mean, Rusty, you'd know better than everyone else. Sometimes it's just your turn, and tonight it was my go to just tuck him behind and just let him have his way with me. So that's fine. Good result in the end.
Pays for itself, doesn't it? That's brilliant. Has Josh got his push to talk sorted out? I don't know if he has. No, we were going to say no for that one. Luke Fallon, mate. What a run there from you. How are you feeling in that little tussle there with my brother in the opening stanza of race 1?
Why did I know you were going to bring that one up?
It was a ripping cinema, is what it was.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what he's going to have to say about that, but it was a nice old battle.
Yeah.
But that was at the start of the second race, right? Yeah.
Was it? Oh, I can't remember now. It was it was at least.
I think it was.
It was either race 1 or race 2. We'll say that.
I think it was the start of race 2 because the only reason I was back there was because Mr. Kobe turned me at turn 2. I think it was. I may have shut the door. I need to go back and look at it. But
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason and then I was trying to make it back through, and then he went for a move down the inside when the door was pretty much shut. And then he decided to come back over to the right when I was just braking in a straight line. But I mean, it was good racing, and then yeah, my plan went ahead on getting Jordan past all of them. So yeah.
Yeah, nicely done there. It was good. Who we've got there? Someone in the chat there saying, "Well done, Rapid. Everyone, good racing. Everyone, good night, boys."
Will Buchanan's in the chat there, not in the podium interviews, mind you. Far out. What's he
is
doing?
he? He's in the chat. Will Buchanan. Is he? Oh, yeah, good racing, everyone. No, there's no one in the voice chat, so I can't really drag them down anyway. So if you're listening and you want to come and...
He finished about 3 days ago anyway. He's currently in Tuesday.
Yeah, that's right. He's already started work for the week. Yeah, what about that, Jordan? The pace on Will Buchanan. Have you seen him around the officials' traps before? Do you know about this bloke? Is he a speedy customer before tonight, or was this a bit of a surprise debutant turn up out of nowhere kind of deal?
No, he's a very, very speedy customer. He's been, I've raced against him, albeit at a significant distance in other leagues. Yeah, he's always been a jet, so
there you go.
There was never a chance I was going to go with him, but as long as he was quicker than Kobe, that's all that I cared about.
Well, that's kind of it, isn't it? That's kind of it, isn't it? It's kind of like you're there next to your little fat mate, and there's a lion just sitting over the top of the sand dunes there, and you say, "Oh, I don't know." Your little fat mate goes to you, "Oh, I don't think we're going to be able to outrun this lion." And you turn to him and say, "Well, mate, I don't have to outrun the lion. I just have to outrun you."
Is my little fat mate Luke Fallon in this example?
Oi! Why am I catching strays? Why am I catching strays?
Oh, straight off.
What is this? Mate, we're on the same team here.
Mate, I was just seeking clarification. It's fine.
That's right. Yeah. But we are joined, nonetheless, by Will Buchanan, mate. Well done on debut here in Aussie Sim Racing. How does this league stack up to others that you've come out and dominated in the past?
It's nice, clean racing. Didn't have any issues out there. It was a bit of fun.
Well done, mate. You've sent shockwaves through the Aussie sim racing community here as well, winning by 2 days, according to Jordan Eitler. You've already started work. joining us on your lunch break, I assume, on Tuesday afternoon. So how's your working week been so far? And are you planning on sticking around for next season?
Oh, yeah. Like, bit of fun. I'm just trying to get the miles going in this car, trying to get better at it. So, yeah, probably see me next season.
Beautiful. Bit
I
of...
get better at it, he says.
Yeah. Why get better? Fuck that. You're already, 40 seconds in front of the team. But, mate, congratulations on the win here in the final round. And it's hard to go past the celebrations at the Eitler household, mate. What's planned this week as the missus got you a nice, cake or something for winning the championship, or what? What's going on?
Yeah, beautiful cake, and then hopefully my daughter can actually sleep through more than 4 hours tonight. So that'll be amazing.
You're in the thick of it there, mate. Young daughter.
Yes, I'm in the battleground. But that's all right.
You come through the other side, and the problems just get different. I'll say that.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. So
yeah.
I mean, shitty nappies and no sleep's not too bad at the moment. And my wife's giving me a chop out, so that's always nice. It's good to get a leave pass on a Sunday night regularly any day
as
of the
well.
week.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good.
Say you're doing well to get that. I remember back when I was in the trenches, it was tough to get anything done.
Yeah, well, I feel a bit that way, so I get it.
Yeah, well done, mate. We might wrap it up there. If we got anyone that else has joined, we haven't. So that'll be it, folks. And what a way to end the season here at Aussie Sim Racing. Gen 3's, it's season 8, folks. So we're on to season 9 in a few weeks' time. So if you're watching at home and keen to get involved in the racing, it's a well-run outfit down there at Aussie Sim Racing. You can see the Discord link in the description below. So come and get involved and get your name up in lights. You might be able to, I don't know, stay on pace with Flognuts Fallon, who's on screen here as well. I didn't come up with that nickname.
Excuse me?
Either, by the way. That's Zach O'Reilly 101. Sorry, mate.
Because you're cousins with Jimmy.
Yeah, I just call you Luke, but Zach O'Reilly calls you Flognuts Fallon. So we get used to that next season. But I think that's all we've got time for tonight. I'm really bad at signing off, folks. I can talk shit, but I can't stop talking shit. That's the problem. We're going to have to... Maybe you do. Do you want to sign us off, Rusty?
Oh, you put me on the spot here, mate.
Yeah, look, first time for everything.
goodness
Actually,
me.
no, you know what? Let's get...
righto then.
sorry, mate, you can do it on the next one. We're going to get Jordan Eitler to sign us off in ASMR style. Get right up close to your mic.
This has been Sensational Racing. See you next season.
That's it, folks. Join us into the next one. Keep it flat out.
Sensational TV YouTube channel. Don't fucking miss it.